Alright, so now we're walking towards the Ortsagan area. Ortsagan means a long white because that building, I don't know if you can see it, is a long white one. That's why it's called Ortsagan, or long white. The city council declared it as a tourist street, but there's nothing to actually see here, so it's a waste of money, and it's just for the traffic is still chaotic here around this part because even though it's a national holiday, some people are working. Especially in this part is really busy during the day because of the Teddy building. Teddy is where mobile phones were being sold and or mobile phones being fixed. So if you want to buy a new phone, you just come to this Teddy place, which is located near the Tingis cinema, and you can buy a new phone or have your smartphone fixed. Well, if someone asks me if you enjoy living in Ulaanbaatar, I would say yes, of course. It's a beautiful city and it has these unique buildings and beautiful people, but city planning is a disaster in the last few years because the city council, the government or the authorities have been allowing companies to build buildings in probably in every space. So the parking is a big problem. There's no place to park your car, and there's no space to walk. So if Ulaanbaatar was planned good, it's a good city, and now 1 million people live here, and if the population was maybe 500,000 or 600,000, then things would have been better. But now almost 1 million and maybe 1,001,000 people live here, so which explains why there are a lot of traffic problems and parking issues. So one thing I hate in Ulaanbaatar is parking, because you practically could not find any parking space in the city center, and I prefer just walking in the city center. But if you're going to the outside the city, of course you need a car. This building is of course the State Department store, the famous one. It's hard to believe it actually. This building is maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story tall, but in 1950s or 40s this was the tallest building in whole the city. Now it's just another building. So tourists usually come to this place and buy souvenirs and etc. It's really popular for tourists and people to buy some souvenirs and expensive stuff. There's a Mongolian gear. Let's check it out. So if you remember my video on gear district, so Mongolian gear looks like this. I don't know if it's open or not. Let's check. Oh, they're open. I think it's a restaurant. зүгээр влог хийж байгаа. Зүгээр. Мосгоё. За. So they said that it's not open yet, and I think they're cooking some food. Look at that beautiful patterns on this door. Okay, I think they're cooking some delicious food, maybe meat, I guess, because meat is the main part of our cuisine. So whenever a Mongolian person is cooking, you expect a lot of meat. Okay, I'm gonna walk to the Beatles square and then finish my little adventure. Oh, they erected the Christmas tree in front of the State Department store. Let's check it out. Or a New Year tree. Yeah, Christmas isn't that actually popular here because we are not Christians. well, small percent of our population is Christian, but New Year celebration is really huge here. Every year, the parent company of this state department store builds this massive tree, or gatsor we call it. So this is the state department store, or Olsing Ihtilgur we call it. Last summer, this building, the State Department store, was on fire, and it was actually closed like 6 or 7 months, and now it's reopened again. Such a beautiful weather today. It's almost like December, and it's really rare to have this nice weather in late November and early December. Usually it's really cold, like minus 20, 25, 30, and Ulaanbaatar is actually declared as the coldest capital in the world, but now I think that things are changing. So this is actually one of the favorite hangout places for youths in Ulaanbaatar. The Beatles statue or memorial was, I think, built maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And since then, the young people, the kids, like to come here and maybe skateboard and ride their bicycle, etc. As you can see, there are a lot of youngsters around here. So here's the Beatles memorial, shaped like an apple, I think. And here are our guys. Paul, Ringo, John, George, everyone is here. The reason why they built this Beatles statue is that during the Soviet time in the 1970s, 80s, and the Beatles was very popular among young people. Even though it was like banned by the authorities, they still listened to it. Skateboarders. Okay, I'm gonna show you one more building, and then I'm gonna finish this vlog. I don't know how to call it, vlog or walk-through video. So that building, yeah, can you see that round one? That is the National Circus. When I was young, I was like a kid, I used to come here and watch circus plays a lot with my parents and sister. Unfortunately, the National Circus is now closed because of the privatization. In the 1990s, all the state-owned buildings and companies got privatized, and circus was privatized too. The guy who bought this circus building decided to use it for a different purpose. For example, there's a pub and restaurant inside it, and other like business stuff, which is a shame because circus is really important for our culture and everything. Mongolian circus people are actually really famous. For example, our contortionists and strongmen, and also scenes with camels and bears. I hope they open this circus buildings really soon. All right, so that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna make another video and another street interview real soon, and I'm actually planning to travel to the Tarkhang, Ertnet and other cities, not just Ulaanbaatar, to make a video. So stay tuned. Real Mongolia.